Hi everyone, welcome to my live. Hi guys, good evening, Noni, Smith, Nkechi. Say second to join. May they no break your head. Find your space for front and sit down. Hi guys, so nice to be here again. Hi Nkechi, welcome to today's live. I'm trying to get the questions that people ask me. So. How have your day been? You guys, let's gist though. How have you guys been doing? Hi guys, I'm trying to wait for more people to come inside. Oh, very well. Smith, that's good to hear. Well, today has been fine. The weather, the weather is too hot. Let me send the code for you, please. Let's share it. Hey, the weather is hot. Sorry. You see, the world is just so different. Why can't everything just be the same? Eh? We want that heat here now. Sorry, Jare. Don't worry. You will come and face it here very soon by the grace of God. So I got the questions now. So guys, if you have any questions, you can drop. If there's one girl that asked me one question, I don't know if she's on this live. Just taking time to relax from Lagos work. I can imagine Lagos is stressful. Lagos. But I still like it. I don't know why. I cannot live in any other city if it's not Lagos. With all those stress and everything, I still like Lagos. Hey Jay, the coolest. Hey, are you really cool? You guys, thank you for joining today's live. If you have any questions, please drop as usual. If not, this live is just like a chit chat, some kind of stuff. Please, Nkechi, can you just help me remind the group that I'm live, just in case. Bad boy, hi, good evening. How are you? Guys, please, if you want to know anything, you can just drop it and let's talk about it. Do you get? Fine, good to know. Bad boy, welcome to my life. Is this your first time? I'm doing well, thank you. Is this your first time in my life? Yes. Welcome. So nice to have you here. King, welcome. Vlogger boy, I'm okay, thank you. How are you doing? Lana Stans Voka. Hi, I'm new here. Welcome. You're very welcome. Everybody's welcome. Did you see my question? No, Jay Coolest, I didn't see your question. Maybe you can write it here again so that we can talk about it. Edit, hi, you are very welcome to my live. Please, Coolest, can you drop the question? I didn't see it. I don't know where you sent it. Mio Rio. Hi. See me, I'm saying hi, kindness. Rukayat, thank you for joining. Rukayat, you look like the class captain in this thing. Hi, thank you for joining. What's the worst drink you ever had? Are we talking about drinks here? I'm sorry, Coolest. That's not the. First of all, I don't drink, and this life is not about drinking. Please help me. Rukayat, welcome. How are you? Please, you guys, if you have questions, drop it. There was somebody in the group that asked me a question. I just hope she's live here so that I can answer the question. I'm married. No problem. But this life is about people that want to move or study or work in Sweden, and not about drinking. But it's okay. Maybe you didn't know, but it's fine. But welcome at the same time. Please, if you have questions, you can drop them on the chat box. Please, there's somebody that asked me questions in the group. Can you drop your question again? I meant with any drink. What do you mean by any drink? Bad boy, no, I don't have. No, I don't have. I have questions relating to course. I applied for management at University of Umeå. It needed a GMAT test result. Oh, Noni, I think it's you that sent me that message. It needed a GMAT test result. Maybe I'm going to look at your message again because I need to read this. And see, that's why I always tell you to always check the requirements of the course you applied for. Check the requirements so that you will know. But I'm going to look at the screenshot you sent to me, so I will check it. Hey guys, thank you Nkechi for reminding them. So Noni, I'm going to check your screenshot. Maybe after this live, I'll just look into it. I saw it before I came to the live, so I didn't have time to check it, and I don't want to give you a wrong answer. So maybe if you have any other question we can talk about now, we can talk about that one. But later on, I'll have to go and check that. So Smith, so I want to apply for BSc program. I have HND. Should I upload my ND and HND? Unfortunately, Sweden does not accept HND. If you had maybe ND and BSc, or HND and BSc, you can join those two together. But right now, and ND is how many years? Please remind me again. Is it 2 years? And HND is how many years? ND is how many years? 2. HND is how many years? Can you surface for 4 years? No, you cannot surface. But if you had a BSc degree, you can join either HND and BSc together, or like the way they do direct entry. So Smith, HND cannot work. So in your case now, what you can do is to apply for a BSc. Vlogger, I'm not ignoring your message, but your message is not relating to what my life is all about. So I cannot be answering questions that are not relating to what this life is all about. Please, I hope you understand, okay? And I'm not against any religion, so just in case you know. Edit, what do you mean? Yes, she is. Okay. Rukayat, 2 years each. Okay, yeah, 2 years each, but you can't join the two of them together. But if he had maybe ND and then a BSc degree, you can join those two together, like just the way you have it, Rukayat, like direct entry. But you can't join it together. So what I would advise you to do is to apply for BSc. Oh, he wants to apply for BSc. Yeah, you can apply for BSc with that. Yeah, but how are we going to do this now? You can see apply. When you apply, you can add those things, but sometimes I don't know if they check it. But for BSc, the most important is that your WAEC result. But if you add, like, I know one of the mistakes people make is they don't used to add their other higher institution. But if you have it, you can add it just to support your application. Do you get? So it can work. Um, Smith, is that okay? Are you clear? If you are clear, please let me know. Onome, good day. I intend to apply for undergraduate. What are the necessary documents needed? Onome, First of all, I believe you've gone to universityadmission.se. You see all the documents that are there. So for you now, this is just a rough answer I'm giving to you. But if you want to apply for BSc, you upload your, you need your passport, you need your WAEC results, and yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, passport and WAEC result. Then you choose programs that you can apply to. Now when you are choosing program, you'll be looking at 180 credits and not 60 or 120. So for undergraduate, you'll be looking at 180 credits. So you go to universityadmissions.se to make your application. Onome, are you clear? Edit, I'm an immigrant to America. How long until green card? Um, until green card in Sweden or in America. Sweden does not give green card. So please rephrase your question so that I can get it. Um, Abraham says, I'm 34 and want to come for BSc with my family. Is it possible? Um, First of all, you are 34. Yes, you can come for BSc. Sweden does not um discriminate about age, but when it comes to coming for family, it's very very dicey, you understand, because in their head they'll be like, they'll, first of all, maybe your case officer may ask you, the messages are coming too much, I don't want it to go up too much. So your case officer may ask you, why have you waited all these years to, you haven't done your BSc? So you should have a good answer for them, right? Then if you are the one going to sponsor yourself for the BSc, probably they may consider, oh, your family can come, but it's very very it's very very slim for them to allow a BSc student to come with family, but it's not impossible. So that's what I can say concerning that. Do you understand? So that's just it. But at the end of the day, you just have explanation for everything for your case officer, just in case they ask. Do you get, Abraham? Debbie says, I have an HND and have good grade. Can I apply for master? Sorry, Sweden does not accept HND. I really don't know why. But if you have HND and maybe a BSc degree, like direct entry, definitely they can allow you. But now Sweden you cannot apply for masters. All you can apply for is BSc. So what is the minimum GPA for college? Edit, please. Your questions are not too clear. Your questions are not too clear to me. Do you get? Please make your questions clear so I can answer. University application for ST, right, was what you said. University admissions dot se. Universities, not university. Universities admissions dot se. You will see it. Then you can watch some of my videos, maybe the beginning videos. You see, apply to Swedish University. I link the link there, so you can check the description. You can see the correct website. Smith says, I mean, should I add both ND and HND while making the application for BSc? Also, does age matters when applying for BSc? Because I'm almost 40. Sweden does not look at your age at all. Sweden does not look at your age. Do you get? They don't look at your age. If you, for me, you already have HND and ND. You understand? It's not out of place to add it, because they know that they don't accept. It's not out of place to add it for your BSc. It could even help to support your document. But what I'm trying to tell you is that they will focus more on your WAEC. You understand? But you can add the two of them, so that just to see if they can look into it, you get. So you can add the two of them, but just know that all the documents you add, you'll be able to like defend it, like maybe when you are applying for visa and they're asking you questions about it, because everything in Sweden is connected. The immigration and the universities are connected. So everything you've uploaded, when your case officer is checking your application for visa, they are going to see the courses you've applied for, the documents you've applied for, and they'll be like, if you've had HND and ND, why do you want to do a BSc? So you should be able to have a good explanation for them. You understand? You just have to bring up something to explain that will convince them. And when you're answering, be confident. Don't be biting your mouth. Prepare for the interview. Be confident and explain better. You understand? So yeah, you can add it. Smith, you can add it. Oh, I'm Edit. You mean USA? Oh, I really don't know about US, Sweden. So I don't know much about. So hope there is no application fee, or if there is, how much is it, and do they give scholarship? Of course, there's application fee. There's no, except there's application fee waiver, and so then you hardly see application fee waiver. So there's application fee, and it's 900 Swedish crowns, and in naira I think it's around 170,000 naira or thereabout. And yes, there's scholarship. If you're applying for masters, we have the SI scholarship and university scholarship. So application fee is 900 Swedish crowns. Onome, did I answer? Ella, hi, welcome to the live. Hi Ella, what's my job? Why are you so interested in my job? That's too personal. So Ella, please ask me something else, okay? Um, Abraham says, and I heard there are no jobs for students now. It depends on the city, to be honest with you. It depends on the city, and you know now immigration is becoming tighter and tighter. It's not even only Sweden. Everybody is just like trying to tight everything. So I won't say there are no jobs for students. There are jobs for students. It just depends on the city. Like I told you, the kind of job a student can do is paper delivery job, cleaning, housekeeping, um, warehouse jobs. So those are the jobs that are available to students. You get. So definitely, there's no city you go to that you will not see anybody that doesn't need cleaners. So that's why I told you, when you are coming, come, you're driving, you knowing the language and driving license is going to take you very far, where your CV will not take you. That's what I keep saying. So Edit says, what is the minimum GPA for any college? What is it like acceptable to get into? Edit, I don't know which country you are. Are you an American citizen or a Nigerian citizen? Most of my audience are Nigerian, so that's why you. So I really don't know how. Like now in Nigeria, even if you have a second class lower, you can apply to Sweden, right? But not a third class. So they don't look at. I don't know if they. So second class lower can apply, and second class lower is about, I think, 3.0 CGPA. That's second class lower. So Edit, I don't know how you guys do your CGPA rating. So I don't know what country you are from. So nice to be here. You're welcome to the live. Debbie Chisom, any scholarship for a BSc student? BSc student, is there scholarship? Not really, not really. No, most times people that come here to do BSc, maybe they get scholarship from Nigeria. You know, this kind of student loan kind of thing. That's what they used to come here to study BSc. But then even at that, Sweden does not even accept that one, because they want to. They know how uncertain Nigeria is, so they know that they don't want a situation whereby they'll start hearing stories that the students can no longer access the funds that they are giving to him. So there's no scholarship for BSc. No. Smith, thank you. You're welcome. Abraham, you said chances are slim for a bachelor student to come with family. Will it be easy for them to join later, or how long do you think it will take? Um, yeah, they can join later, of course. So let's assume now you come here as a BSc student. Maybe they didn't give your family, and you come here as a BSc student, right? When you come here as a BSc student, you are going to your school. Your course, remember, your course is 3 years. Now, if you, like I told you, I don't want to sound like it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's possible, but not. They will consider the family of a master's student than a BSc student. You understand? But let's assume you're a master's student, and maybe you want to come first before your family comes. But I always advise, when you're applying for yourself, apply for your family, so that you people will come together. But let's assume you're a master's student. I'm just assuming that you're a master's student, so that you have an idea how it is for BSc student. So as a master's student, you want to apply for your family, and your family is going to come later. You put them in your application, but you come, okay, you didn't put them in your application, you come here, you finish your school, and probably you get a job, right? Or maybe you finish your first year and you want to do extension, and you added them in your extension, and you showed proof of fund that you can cover them. When they grant you your extension, they will definitely grant them, but they'll grant you first before they'll grant them, but it can take time. That's why I always advise people to come with their family immediately they are coming. I know it's difficult, but it's not something that cannot happen, you understand? I don't Abraham, I don't know if I explained to you somehow, because now when you come here as a BSc student, they know that your study is 3 years, you get, and BSc here is tight, it's very very tight. It's 3 years course, and I've not really had anybody that I know personally that came here as a BSc student, you get. So I don't know how but to for your family to come, like you just come now and you apply for your family, they'll call, it's going to take time, maybe 1 year or if not more, you understand? So that's how it goes. With Sweden immigration, you cannot rush them, you cannot tell them to do something fast. They take their time. It can take 1 year, can take 2 years, do you get? So that's how it is. Abraham, please, was I able to answer your question? Isoken, are there engineering jobs for dependents while main applicant is schooling? Like I told you, Isoken, we are immigrants, you understand? We are limited to a lot of things. So when we come here, we are trying to survive. The things we want, I know of my friend that her husband is a doctor, but he cannot work as a medical person here because we are limited. So at the end of the day, when you come here, you just start applying for any job. Any job you see, you will take it because you want to survive. But if you want to say, oh, I'm not going to take any job, I want engineering job, if engineering job does not come, I will not take, you'll be hurting yourself. But are there engineering job? Of course there are engineering job, there are construction job, there's any job here. But because of we are immigrants, we are limited to the kind of jobs we can do. Most of these jobs require the language. So that's it. It's okay. Do you get? Abraham, you're welcome. Please, I hope I explained that for you well. So it's okay. Do you understand? I think it's okay. You're the one that asked me about children, right? Schooling for children. I know what. Yeah, yes, I am. Please, can you rephrase the question again? Oh, Abraham, you're welcome. Esther, well done. Esther, thank you so much. Thank you for joining the live. It's okay. And please, can you write that question again so that other people can see? So I will answer it and they too they will learn. I know you asked about children's school or something. So many questions in my brain. So many people I'm talking to that I'm forgetting things. Thank you, Esther. Welcome to the live. Please drop your. It's okay. Are there free schools for kids? Okay, yes. Yeah, so talking about schooling for kids now. If you have if your children or your child is between 1 to 5 years, there's if you have a child between one to sorry I'm distracted. If you have a child 1 to 5 years, they go to something we call Foshkola. That's preschool. So in that school is more of they do more of play learning. You understand? Now that school starts at 9. It starts at 9 and finish at 12. Some people extend to 1. Some schools or some commune they have till 1. Now let's assume you now you're a master student or you come here to study, right? Or and your main applicant is working. You've not finished from school. Maybe you'll be finishing from school by 3. Your partner is finishing maybe 4 or 5. Now after that preschool, you can register them for free tid. That's free time. That's the one you will pay for. That's the one you will pay for. And that one, the money you will pay, they calculate according to how much income comes into the family. So every parent pay different amount according to how they earn. Do you get? It's okay. So that's for your child of 5 years to 1 year to 5 years. Preschool is free. And when your child starts the preschool, I think for like 2 weeks, You as the parents, we have to be going with them for 2 weeks, just for them to get acclimatized with the school environment, with the students that are there. Then after some time, you will now, by then they would have been strong enough to like handle all the children like that. So that's for 1 year to 5 years. Then that's though that one you will not pay. But if they are going to go to after school, you are going to pay, but it's usually a little stipend, not a big money. Then if your child is 6 to 16 years, that's the normal one we call primary school in our home in Nigeria. Here it's called Grundschule. Like that is the one normally that they teach normal things they teach from primary school to high school. Do you understand? And to be honest, it's free. They give them lunch and snack. Even in fact, they will even send you the timetable. Check, tell you to check um if this your child is allergic to any of the food that is there. But the downside is, for your children to go to this school, you must have social security number. If you don't have a social security number, your children cannot go to school and you cannot do anything. That's why you see most people choose to study for 2 years, because it's when you are studying for more than 2 years that you are going to get social security number. But then again, don't, because of you want social security number, instead of you to just take one year course and be entering here first, so you choose the one that is important to you. Is it to, because of social security number, you stay back in Nigeria, or you just want to enter here? At the end of the day, our plan is to enter inside here, right? So that's about school. What again? I wanted to say something about school. So if, assuming you have a child that is in Sweden here, when you give birth, you as the mother supposed to be with your child for 1 year. So for 1 year, the mom is not going to go to work. You may go on, if you are working, if you're someone that is working, you may go on is it they call it it's parental leave. There's one word that they call it. It's parental leave. You understand? For 1 year. So after 1 year, you cannot register your child in school. So that's that about school. Schooling here is free. Is free. They give them food. They give them snack. They give them. It's schooling here is fun. One of my friend, when he brought his child from Nigeria here, back in Nigeria, since they used to give the boy plenty assignments. So the day he came back from school, they were just playing in school, playing. He came back from school and told his father, "Tell my teacher I did not have assignment." The father was just laughing. So here is more of playing learning. That's what they do. They don't That's what they do. They just believe everybody have time to advance in their brain or something like that. Abraham says, but they are normal just for the of course they are normal just for the penny. Like I said, it just depends on the city. You get, just depends on the city. So Stockholm is very, very big. Uppsala is big. Gothenburg is big. But as much as there may be job, there will be housing crisis. But then at the end of the day, what you should have at the back of your mind is, let you enter Sweden. Don't even be thinking about, there are some people that their family is in one city, they are working in another city. That's the sacrifices you have to make until your legs are strong enough that you people can be balanced. You understand? Like I told you, the first year is always rough, but then again, everybody in Sweden, every immigrant in Sweden have a story to tell. Sometimes you will think your story is very bad until you hear another person's own. You'll be like, thank God for my own. Or you get. So it's okay. Did I answer your question? For 2 to 7. Okay, so I think I've answered your question about school. There's one more thing I wanted to say about school. I cannot remember. Maybe if I remember, I can say it. Um, how long does it take to get a job when you get there? It depends. It depends. At the end of the day, when you arrive here, the first thing you have to do is to first of all go to the tax office to get that social security number. When you get your social security number, you have every will to begin to apply for job, to begin to talk to people to get a job. I, there's no specific. I cannot come and tell you that, oh, in two weeks you will get job. No, some people get job. Like I remember when we arrived there, my husband, he would just dress up and go to the street. You would just see your fellow black man, you just reach out to them. You'll be like, you just arrived and you're looking for job. They could tell you, oh, come, I'll talk to my boss for you. There may be opening. even if it's to go and be washing plates, the amount of money they will even pay you where you are washing plates, you will not, you even be surprised. But one thing with coming from Nigeria, when they call the amount of money for you to be big at a point in time, the money will not be anything to you. Do you understand? But at the end of the day, we are trying to be in survival mode. So Abraham, there's no there's no specific time. It all depends. Your social security number, like my own case, my own came out in 3 months. So for 3 months, we were just spending the money we came from Nigeria with. We already planned rent for 6 months, feeding for 6 months. So that was what helped us. Imagine we didn't plan, make all those plans, it would have been difficult. So our social security number came out in 3 months. Some people own came comes out in 2 weeks. So it depends. So there's no specific time that you can get a job. When you come, just go straight to go and apply for your social security number, then start applying for it. Most times you get job faster by talking to people, not even by application online. To be honest with you, all the jobs I've done here, application online did not help me. It's either I walk into the place, walk into their, if you first of all Google them online, you can Google warehouse, you can cleaning in your city, house job in your city, carry your carry your leg and walk. They will ask you, do you have document to work? You say yes. They will ask you, do you have a pension number? You say yes. And they may tell you to come back. They'll tell you, but at least they've written down your name. But applying online, I've applied several times online. Only a few times they called me, but most times it's by recommendation. Ibrahim, welcome. It's okay. Okay, do I need to pay tax if I receive 15 second month? Tax for what? If you are working, even if you are paid 1,000 Swedish crown, you will pay tax on top of that 1,000 Swedish crowns. So that's it. If you work, anything you work, as long as it's work and it's a company that is documented, you will pay tax. You will pay tax. So tax here is 30%. It's okay. You will pay tax, okay? It's okay. That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Sweden is really good. Yes, please, it's okay. If you have questions, please write your question. Kechi, is it possible to still continue your MSc when you give birth during the course of your study? Ha, that one is risky. That's why I always tell people, um don't get pregnant in the course of your disease. So this is how it is here. One of my friends got pregnant when she was doing her MSc, but her saving grace is that her courses were online. So her courses were online. She just has to like log in. Then there was a time herself when she gave birth, she had exam, so she had to go and write the exam. But if you are thinking when you are pregnant they will give you a pause, study pause, these people, it's not going to work. Oh, please try not to get pregnant. You get? So just you are left to study, finish your study, then you you do your pregnancy this thing. But then again, um you can talk to, you can, because my friend, when we came, my coursemate got pregnant and she took a study break. Immigration center message immediately, we heard you are no longer studying, what are you doing now, what are you currently doing now? So but she didn't reply them because she already had plans to leave the country. So she didn't reply them. So that's it. If studying here is stressful, then you're not gonna put pregnancy on top. Oh my god, oh my god. So are children born in Sweden citizens? Sweden, that is, no, they are not. That's one thing I wish would have been happening. So no, student born in Sweden, they are not citizens. So your children can be a citizen. Your child can be a citizen if you are married to a Swedish man. Yeah, if you're married to a Swedish man, maybe you, let's assume now you saw one man here from Nigeria and he's dating you, he likes you, people get married. So when you marry, he will apply for you. They can give you 2 years to come here. Then when you give birth, the child will be a Swedish citizen, but not you. They will still give you resident permit. I think 4 times or 2 times before you become. So the children born here are not citizens. So any status that the child parents has is what the child will have. So let's assume Isoken now, you are the principal applicant, you have 2 years resident permit. When you give birth here, your child will have 2 years resident permit. My sister. So what about remote work from US? Do I need to pay tax in Sweden? mm, you know, everything is this in the whole abroad, everything is organized, you understand. It depends on the remote work. The few remote jobs that I've applied for, they didn't take me because they didn't want to pay Sweden tax. That's why they didn't take me. They didn't want to pay Sweden tax. So it depends. On some remote jobs, they like backyard corner, you understand. They like backyard corner. So I don't know how you are going to do it. Even me too, I've been thinking about that since when I've been applying for a module. Like, how would they be collecting the tax from me? So I don't know how you are going to do that, but step by step, when you come in, you are going to find out. Mr. Network, what about remote jobs in Sweden? Working. Oh, I think I've answered that. How did they take their tax? Yeah, some companies are very good companies that they pay tax, but then again, I haven't experienced that. Like I told you, some of the jobs, remote jobs I've applied for, the reason why they did not take me is because they don't want to be paying Swedish tax. And being a company that has, they don't want to be paying Swedish tax, that's why they did not take me. So I can't say much on that, because that's the only thing I know about remote jobs. They didn't take me because I think the tax was too much for them. So thanks for the vital information. You're welcome, Smith. You're welcome. Please, if you have more questions, ask. You're welcome, Mr. Network. Thank you. So somebody asked me about passport. So here we are lucky that we have Nigerian embassy here. So if your passport expires, you can go to Nigerian embassy in Stockholm to renew your passport. So people, we are lucky here. People in Norway, Finland, and Denmark, Nigerians in Norway, Finland, and Denmark, they have to travel all the way from Denmark and Finland to come here to come and renew their passports. What about a job I started in Nigeria and I'm paid in Nigerian account? Do I need to? No, now, haba. No, you don't need to pay tax there. You don't need to pay tax. No, you don't. You can still do your remote job and they are paying you, even if, and they are paying you. Yeah, you can. They are, no, you don't need to pay tax for that one. Yeah. So let's have it. So for those of the person that asked me for passport, yes, if your passport expires, you can renew your passport here. Do you have more questions? Does the insurance given by the investor cover if I arrive Sweden? Do you have more questions? If you have more questions, let's. Mr. Network, do you think admission processing starts immediately one pays his or application fee, or will all happen by the deadline? I think they usually wait for the deadline, because they'll have to review everybody that's applied. So I think they usually wait for the deadline, not immediately you pay, they'll start doing. No, even if they start, they may start working on your document, or and be keeping what they are going to upload when the deadline finishes. But depending, but everything, all the results, you see it after the deadline you get. But probably they may start working on it now, because of they know that they will have chunk of application. So the ones that have paid for, they may start working on it now, but you're not going to see anything about your application until the deadline is over. Isoken, can an immigrant get IT job without a Sweden certificate? Can you get IT jobs? Of course you can get IT jobs. Yeah, you can get IT jobs. Most IT jobs don't require the language. So if you are really good and you look for a company that are looking for the kind of IT you are into. Of course, you can get IT jobs. Yeah. Abraham, does it mean a master student always gets a scholarship? Always? No. No, not always though. You have to meet the requirement before you can be given a scholarship. If you don't meet the requirement, they will not give you the scholarship. So you have to. So it's not always. Don't, the word is not always. It's under probability. It's under probability that. It's under probability. So, but if you meet the requirement, of course, if you have what they are looking for, of course, you will get the scholarship. There's no ojoro here. Esther, please talk about Malmo University admission. That's it. I'm not in Malmo now. Esther, I'm not in Malmo, so I wouldn't know the admission chances. But do I have anybody that I really don't know. So I really don't know about Malmo admission chances. But don't allow yourself to don't come and be putting too many things in your brain that will make you not to apply. So you've made your Esther, you've made your application. So relax, chill, calm down, calm yourself down. It's okay. Okay, great. Yep. Esther, because people don't really talk about Malmo University. Yeah, it's true. I'm always hearing Lund, Uppsala, Umeå. Where again? Yeah, people still go, Sha. People still go. Don't allow those ones to worry you. Don't allow it to worry you. Just hope that you will get admission. Esther, you're welcome. You're welcome. Isoken says, if my first choice of university don't give admission, does it mean I can't apply for scholarship? No, for school scholarship. So Isoken, this is how it is now. So let's assume you apply for SI scholarship, and SI scholarship will not give you, and you now go to apply for school scholarship. School scholarship is only the school that you made your first choice that can give you. If you did not make the school your first choice, the remaining 3 that you applied for, you cannot apply for their scholarship. No. So that's how it works here. Oh, Rukayat, Malmo does not have your course. And one of my friends is working in one chemical industry there. But then again, it's language. Language, we know, it's not easy. The language is just for this thing. But Malmo, I really don't know. Malmo is a very nice city too. It's a very, very nice city. So, Esther, don't worry yourself about that. See, what you should be worried about is just to enter inside. You know, when you just cross, jump and pass, that's what you should be thinking about. Just jump and pass and enter inside here. By the time you enter inside here, you begin to navigate. You begin to navigate anything you want to navigate. So don't worry about with this one, give me admission or this thing. Don't worry about that one. Your own is just that pray that you get admission and God provides you with either scholarship or the money to pay the fees, because paying that fees, God, I don't even want to talk about my experience, but that fees is something else. So it's okay. Wow, does the Sweden government dictate the type of apartment a family of six? Of course, yes, they do. So if you are a family of, let's assume you have 2 children and you and your husband, they can allow you to have 2 rooms. 2 rooms in Sweden is like a room and parlor. That's what they call 2 rooms. So 2 rooms in Sweden is a room and parlor. They can allow you to have 2 rooms. Now, even say sometimes that 2 rooms, if your 2 children are of different sex, there's an age that they will be that they will expect you to have a 3rd room for the one that is a different sex. Do you get? So all those things you need to consider. But normally when they are little children, the immigration can understand. But because this housing of a thing, when it comes to applying for maybe you want your work permit, when it comes to applying for work permit, for permanent residency, for citizenship, these are the things that they look into. These are the things that they look into. How many children you have, how many rooms you have in your apartment. So that's why you see Oyibo people, they don't give birth. If they give birth to 1 or 2, it's okay for them. You hardly see where an Oyibo man say he has 7 children, 6 children, because in this place, the more children you have, the more things you do, the more the car you drive, you have to consider the car you drive so that to be able to accommodate all of them and things like that. So if you have 4 children, just know that you are meant to have if you have girls, well, that's how you go. It's okay. Do you understand? So yes, they not that they dictate when you are doing your application. They will ask you for your house contract. They want to know how much is your rent, how much you pay in your rent. It's a lot. So let's assume that you want to apply for work permit, or let's assume now I have my partner, and let's assume we have one child and we are staying in a room and parlor. So they are going to check how much. That's if the minimum wage, let's say, is 28,000, and you are paying 8,000 for rent. They will put it down. Those are your living expenses. They will calculate the amount of electricity you pay, amount of everything. Then the money that is left, they will able to decide that if the money is enough for the family. If it's not enough for the family, that's how they will reject the application. No. Except you show them other means of income that you have to support your application. So Sweden is they check all those things. Esther, yes. So by the grace of God, you are going to get it. I really hope you guys get it, because man, it's okay. So how do we know how many rooms should a student with 4 kids have? So in your own case, now that you're applying for first time study visa, the only question I know that they will ask you is maybe because in your application they may ask you where would you stay when you arrive Sweden. You understand? So you have to prepare what to answer. In my own case, I think I wrote that whether we'll stay in a hotel to find something. But in this beginning time, they don't used to check it, right? But when you are, I think when you're applying for extension, I don't know if it's extension or for your first time work permit, that you're going to check all these things. You get? So this beginning time that you're applying, you don't need to worry about that one for now. You get? But for your 4 kids, just know that if you even come here, you are looking for apartment. For that 4 kids and you and your husband, that's a family of 6. You should be having at least 3 rooms. That's 2 bedroom and a sitting room. So now the idea is that the sitting room, some people used to divide their sitting room to be a room for one of the child. So 3 rooms can be enough. Uche, welcome Uche. Thank you for joining. So it's okay. You get now. I think for now you don't need to worry about it, because they don't really ask all that one. But when it comes to extension, they may check all that thing. So by the time you come here, you settled in, you find your way. Does it take long to get an apartment? It depends on the city you are in. There are some cities that are having housing crisis, like this city that we are staying in now. We are having housing crisis. So depends on the city. Some people just, the city matters. Like where the city I was coming before now, getting an apartment there is very easy. But for other cities, like all these Gothenburg, many immigrants are in Gothenburg, so you can imagine how it's going to be. So Gothenburg, Stockholm, all those kind of cities, yes, getting an apartment is difficult. Then you will not get apartment, and it will be very, very expensive. So it depends on city. Esther, when will work permit start counting for dependents who started working when the spouse is schooling? That will lead to So Esther, let me explain to you. So let's assume I come into the country with a study permit. So my dependent is my dependent. So my course is 2 years. I finish my 2 years. Your spouse, like I told you, nothing concern your spouse, concerning people's document. You as the main applicant are the one leading the family. Do you get? So if your student permit cut, all of them, their permit to have cut. So now, if you, let's assume you finish your 2 years now, you apply extension to get extension to look for job. They used to give you 1 year after your studies to look for job. Now Some people don't even bother to apply for that extension. God used to help them before they finish their study. They've seen a job that is willing to apply for work permit for them. So the remaining time that they have in their resident permit, they use it to apply for work permit. Do you understand? So in that case now, you as the main applicant, you have to be the one that will have the work permit. Then if you decide that, oh, you don't want to be the main applicant again, that you want your husband to be the main applicant because probably your husband has seen a good job that has more paying money. Now, if your husband applies for work permit, immigration will ask you people to exit the country. So you people will exit the country because you people are changing status. You will exit the country and wait for um decision. You understand? Now, it depending on the company, there's list of company that they used to do priority and the one that they don't used to do priority. So depending on the country, my friend they exit the country, they stayed in Nigeria for 8 months before they came back. So do you get? So your spouse cannot apply for work permit under you. No, it's you that is leading the family, leading you and your spouse and your children. So you are the main applicant. Whatever happens to you happens to your main applicant. If you stop going to school and immigration tells you to leave the country, you don't have a resident permit, it affects your family. Esther, do you get? So what about Uppsala? Uche, what about Uppsala do you want to know? Smith, I have 3 kids, 12, 10, and 6 respectively, and coming for bachelor's degree. How possible is it to get resident permit? Smith, you've asked me this question now. You've asked me this question. I always tell you, if you apply for, maybe Smith, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to try to see if I can apply. Let me just do an example. When I want to apply for application, let me just say I want to apply for bachelor. Let me see if they are going to give me option for family, because I don't know. But let's assume in your process of applying for bachelor's degree, you can apply for your family. For me, what I feel they will do, they'll prioritize you first before your family. Yes, they may grant you admission, they may grant you resident permit, right? They may not grant your family immediately. That's what I'm thinking. But on a norm, they're supposed to grant both you and your family immediately, because if they've granted you, it's automatic that they've granted your family. Then in some situations, when they've granted you, they will still want to interview your dependent, that's your spouse. Different case officer, different thing. I don't know the case officer you're going to meet. I don't know what your case is going to look like. But like I always say in this page, or in this thing, there's nothing impossible. Don't allow too much information to cloud your brain, that you will not make a move, you will not try. You understand? There are some people that they just like, when we are applying to Sweden, I will not lie to you, we were just applying like we were just playing, and it happened. You get? So I didn't even believe it was going to happen. So Smith, if you want to apply for bachelor's, go and apply for your bachelor's. When it's time to do your visa, when you are filling your form, you've gotten admission for your bachelor's, they ask you, are you going to be going alone or you have dependent? You click that you have dependent. First of all, get the resident permit. It's them that will decide if your spouse will come with you or not, immediately or later on. Do you get? But just know that if you've gotten admission, if you've gotten resident permit, sorry, if you've gotten resident permit, it's sure that your family is going to get. Do you get? So what do I want to say again? Then another thing, Smith, another thing they always used to consider, imagine you now, somebody is sponsoring you for your BSc, and you now want to carry your children. Of course, they will not give your family this resident permit, because these are all the things that they consider. Do you get? So but if you can say, show them, maybe now you're a working class man, you be like, oh, you have this company and um you want to pursue this degree because you want to bring it back home to help your company to grow. They know that, okay, yes, this person is okay to foot the bill of 3 children and his spouse. Do you get? So that's it. And three kids and your wife and you have to calculate the amount of proof of living expenses. It's going to pass more than 33 million. So think about it. It's okay. Is it okay? Uppsala, is it difficult there? Uppsala, I really don't know. But Uppsala is not some of my friends are there. Usala is okay, and I think they have jobs too. Yeah, Usala is good. See, there's nowhere in Sweden that's not good. Everywhere in Sweden is good, but I know you people's fear, but don't allow it to discourage you. Um, Rukayat, can dependent change to work permit if he or she gets a job willing to sponsor? Yeah, they can change, but like I said, since you people are changing status, that's from you now, Rukayat, being a main applicant to your spouse, immigration will ask you to exit the country and wait for decision. That's because you people are changing. I don't know why they do that. I really don't know why they do that. But you cannot be in the country and they'll just change it. No, you have to leave the country and wait for decision. And sometimes most people are scared to leave the country because they feel give them they may not give them the resident permit. But if your spouse is really needed in that kind of job, imagine your spouse is a tech person and that company really needs him, you will exit. Like people that they rate high, you see tech companies, you see there are some production companies that they rate high, number one and number, they have how they rank them. Those ones, they used to do their application very far. You can exit the country and in 1 month they granted you. You get. So your spouse cannot be granted a work permit, or your dependents cannot be granted a work permit if people don't exit the country. Immigration will send you exit the country. Yeah, Rukayat is strange. When I heard about it, it was funny. Then another thing I need to tell you guys, but when it comes to renewing your when it comes to renewing your study permit or your work permit, let's assume the last when your permit is going to expire. Let's assume today is November 24 and it's going to expire tomorrow. So if by tomorrow 11:59 your application has not shown on their screen submitted, and they finally see, they'll just tell you it's late application and they'll tell you to leave. That's how they are. So it's always good. Some people, just to avoid any this thing, they always apply, they always renew their permit maybe 2 months or 3 months before it expires. So Rukayat, even while I'm studying, yes, even while you are studying, they don't, even while you are studying. So now if you are studying and your spouse gets a job, maybe let's assume your spouse is in tech, he gets a very good tech job. So now, and you want to change status, if you want him to, if you want to remain in your study and keep your resident permit, then your spouse can go leave the country and wait for application. Then they will now remove him from your own application. So if he gets granted, meaning that you people now are now standing individually, so you have your own resident permit and he has his own resident permit, so you people are no more together as main applicant and dependent. You will have your independent resident permit. So if assume now you are studying and you did not, something happened to your study, you did not finish, you cannot go and say you have main applicant. No, you people are now different. Do you get? Rukayat, I don't know if you understand how it works. Ibrahim, how long does it take to get a Swedish what? Make it clear. Rukayat, why should it affect the main applicant? My sister, these people, their rules are something else. Their rules are something else. They are very strict, very strict, to be honest. So that's how it works. So, oh, that still makes sense. Yes. So if you want to retain your own resident permit, you don't need to leave the country, but he himself will leave the country, meaning he's no longer under your application. He's now on his own different application. So what some people do here is, when the spouse leave like that, maybe you now will take one child and put under your own, another person will take one child and put under his own, so meaning him and the second child will leave too. Do you get? So that's how it works. So Ibrahim, how long does it take to obtain Swedish permanent residency? So you are eligible to apply for permanent residency when you've worked in Sweden for 4 years. For 4 years, yes, you are able to present 48 pay slips. That's one of the criteria. There are other criteria, but this is the number one. So if you have worked for 4 years consecutively without no break or anything, you've worked for 4 years, you are eligible to apply for resident permit. So your your permanent residence, I mean. So it doesn't count when you are studying. That your 2 years of study, it doesn't count for your permanent. No, it doesn't. But from when your status changes to work permits, that's when it starts counting. Rukaya say, God, I beg, I understand, my dear. You have seen it now. It's too oh my god, it's so much. That's why I keep telling people, if I tell people everything that is on my head for Sweden, you'll be discouraged. But I don't want to say to discourage you. If you are able to come inside here, you are going to scale through just like every other person scale through. And by the time you come inside here, you will still get more information from people living around you. People will tell you their experiences, their stories, and you learn from it. Do you understand? So that's how it works. Smith, thanks for the record. I'm really, you're a female. Can my spouse sponsor me for studies? Are you okay applying for BSc? Of course, your spouse can sponsor you for study. Yes, your spouse can sponsor you for study. But just know that when you apply for permanent residency and your spouse is sponsoring you, let's assume you want to show proof of living expenses. The money should be in your account, not your spouse account. So let's, in your own case now, if maybe now your husband has thing and he wants to pay into your account, yeah, he can pay it at the same time and just write tuition leave of expenses for my wife, but you just give it one name. Then if immigration now asks you, why this huge sum of money, you can now say, oh, your husband is the one sponsoring your bachelor's degree. You can even attach the transfer from your husband's account into your own account, so just to make them not to have any doubt. So yes, your husband can sponsor you. Ruka, does PhD count as work permit leading to PR? Yes, that's why people used to rush PhD. Yeah, yes, it does. It does. They used to respect PhD students here. In fact, when I came to Sweden, when I came to Sweden, when people finish their masters, they go straight to PhD, because if they do 2 years of PhD, 2 years or 3 years of PhD, they get I think citizenship or something. So anybody that now come here, that's what they now do. They change that law. When I arrived here, they changed that law. So now PhD student, I think he have to do the normal. There was one thing, sha, but now they changed it. They didn't really touch PhDs, because that was how PhD students were just getting citizenship. They were just getting citizenship left and right. So now they changed it. So, Juliet, hi, hello, kindness. Please advise on how I can travel with my husband as my dependent once I get the admission through masters. Juliet, what do you want to know? So try to be specific in your question, so that I'll know what I'm answering. Okay, so how can you travel with your husband when? Tell me what you want to know so I can answer you. Esther, so if the main applicant gets permanent residency, so the entire dependent gets the permanent residency too. Yes, yes, the entire family. So that's why I'm telling you, everything is like, the main applicant is like the engine of the family. If you're coming with family, you understand, the main applicant, anything that happens to you happens to your family. So that's how it works. um Rukaya, that's the goal though. Make God will make it easy for you. Don't worry. I'm rooting for all of you. God will make it easy for you. So Juliet, please ask your question properly. Let me answer you. Esther, go and make your application. So let's have Juliet, please ask your question. Where sometimes I wish I could just bring people up. Let me even just, the way TikTok does now. Let me see people's face. Let me see people I'm talking to. You get, but I'm getting to know all of you small, small. So you guys, if you have any other question, you ask me. Let's go. Julia says, please advise on how I can travel with my husband as dependent once I get the admission through master. What do you mean how you can travel? Is it the flight you will use? You can use any flight. How do you mean how I will travel? I'm trying to understand the question. Okay, what I mean is, how do I apply for my husband to join me while I leave for my masters as my do you have a WhatsApp group chat? For my WhatsApp group chat, just click on my last video and check the description of the video. Scroll down, you'll see the WhatsApp. But when you get your admission to study in Sweden, right, and you're applying for your resident permit. There's a section in that place that will ask you, are you going alone or you are going with dependents? If you are going alone, you click on you want to go alone. But if you have a husband that you plan to bring, put him there. If you have children, put all of them there. Even though you don't want them to come with you immediately, maybe because of you don't have money, you understand, just put them there. That's how they used to do it. But that's the way you can come with your husband. As you're making your application, add your husband to your application. If you know you want two of you to come together, so you just know that you are going to show proof of living expenses, the both of you. So for one of you now, for you that's the main applicant, I think it's around 60 million naira. But for him, you do the mathematics. The mathematics is there. So that's it. So you have to be able to show that you can sponsor, you can take care of your dependent as they are coming with you. So if you are coming with children, they have amount of money also you need to show for your children. So the family can come together. Do you understand, Juliet? So that's how you can come with your spouse. But I always advise people, please come with your family, because it's easier to come with your family. Because now, when one person is studying, the other person is working, and here you need support because you need moral support because, how do I want to put it? You will need a lot of energy. You need you need a lot of energy. Like, there are days, half the time you'll be so down, you'll be so weak, that you need your spouse, like your spouse, to bring you up, you understand? So if you have opportunity, come with your spouse. If you want to leave your children, come with your husband. Become with your husband, it's very important. Then, so that's just it. You need the moral support. Juliet, do you have more questions? Did I answer your question? Do you have, yeah, Juliet, please, did I answer your question? Please let me know if I answered your question. Juliet, are you still on this live? Please let me know if I answered your question and if you have more questions to ask. Yes, thank you. I'm grateful for yesterday after watching your videos. Really? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm going to still drop more videos tomorrow. I think tomorrow or next, one of the two. But I think I'm now enjoying live videos and even filming videos self, because it gives me opportunity to express myself as much as I want to express myself. But if I'm shooting video, I want to try to keep the video very short, you get. But I think I prefer live videos to um shooting videos. So, but please, if you have more question. It seems we don't have any other question. Should we end the live? Esther, so can the dependent go back to pick the children if we decide not to come with them? So yes. So now, when you are making your application, mm, they can ask you, are you married? You click here. They will not ask you the name of your spouse. All these things they are asking you so that they will document it. Now, when you've put, let's assume the name of spouse is Chidozie, they have a reason why they are asking you, because in EU now, everything is documented. If you put that your spouse name is Chidozie, and maybe tomorrow you want to cross to Germany and to go and say you are married to another person, it's not going to work, you get. So they will ask you, what's the name of your spouse. They'll ask you, do you have children? They'll say yes. What's their name? Sometimes they even ask you to attach their passport. I cannot remember. I just have this thing. So you've already added them, you understand? So in another session they'll ask you, will you be traveling alone? You can say no. They'll now ask you, who would you be traveling with? You can now put your husband, you understand? So if maybe now they grant you and they grant your husband, you people can be coming because of you only have proof of living expenses for you and your husband. So let's assume you come here your first year of studies. You now want to renew your resident permit and you feel, ah babe, we have money to bring our children now. Now when you are applying for your extension, you will now put your children inside because you now have leave or proof of expenses to cover them. You understand? Do you get? So when they now grant you, they'll grant your children. But now the problem is, so maybe one of you will have to travel because they need to. Okay, no, children don't get resident permit card, but they need to take their picture. So they need to go to Abuja to go and snap their picture. Who is going to take them? So all these things you need to consider. That's why I always say, I know it's not easy, but at the end of the day, even if you cannot come with your children, you know that you are trying to make way for them to come here. But if you can, come with your children, come with your husband. But if you cannot, if you have money for you and your husband, people should go and pave the way first for the children to come. But at the end of the day, if they grant the children, it means one of you will have to travel back, do the do the thumb printing and the face for the children, and then the children don't give them card. They don't give them card. That one I know. So that's how it works. Esther, do you get the point now? So Smith, I just love the way you always take your time to answer. Thank you, Smith. Thank you, or let me be calling you Odemi because you say I thought it was a guy. So Odemi, thank you so much. You are welcome, and I love talking. I love answering your questions. So Juliet, I had a wrong application, and thankfully I didn't pay for the application fee until I watch all your videos. I guess I am guided to make my application right. Oh, I'm glad I was able to do video for you to understand. So please do the application correctly, please. Like I told you, if you are applying for master, BSc is 180 credit. That most people apply those 7.5 credit because of they see that the school fees is cheap. But Juliet, please, just so you know, you cannot apply for 7.5 credit. If you're applying for masters, it's 120 or 60. If you're applying for BSc, it's 180 credit. You get? So do your application correctly. If you join the group, your friends are there. A lot of people have passed the stage that you are in now. They are going to help you. They are really nice people. I like them. Ibrahim, briefly explain the ways to show proof of fund for resident permit. Proof of fund. So let's assume Ibrahim, you are alone, right? And you finish, you definitely in a proof of fund. One person in Sweden is 10,400. Please try to round the money up because it's good. So let's say 10,500. Multiply 10,500 British crowns times 13 months. Like I told you, um Sweden gives you resident permit 1 year at a time, but there are some schools that allow you to apply 2 years straight. Now, for you to apply 2 years straight, you need to show living expenses for 2 years straight. So sometimes people don't like to do that. They don't have the money, so they apply for one year, which is 13 months. So you calculate 1,500 times 13 months. I think I've done the mathematics, around 16 million naira for one person. This is for one person. So let's Ibrahim is alone. So now you need to get that money and put in your account. When you put in your account, I always tell people have make sure you have how you got the money. You need to be able to explain to them. But don't go that. There are some things about proof of funds I don't like saying. So if you want to the group chat, I'm going to tell you deep things about proof of fund. You understand? So you put the money in your account. You put the money, don't go and heap the chunk of money at the same time except you have explanation for it. So now that's how you do proof of fund. You can get proof of fund from anywhere. Is it your family members? So that you know, is it your family that is it you that you sold your car, you sold your house, you got the money and you put in your account? You need to have something to explain to them, right? So when you put that money in your account, this is where it's very tricky. You know, some people after 1 month they can take out the money. In Sweden, it's not like that. That's why, oh my god, it's easy, guys. So in Sweden, that money has to be in your account till you are granted. So meaning that if you the group chat, we're going to talk about proof of fund. There are some things I don't want to say here because you get now. So in Sweden, for Sweden resident permit, that money has to be in your account to you get your resident permit approved. If you remove it, and because they will always call your bank, to be honest, they call the banks to check, because to submit statement of account, so they call the banks to check um if you submitted if this amount of money is in your account. And most times our banks are very wicked, they don't call, and if they don't pick that call, your case officer will deny you. It's crazy. We even write it in your this thing. uh bank did not respond, uh, uh, could not prove the authenticity of uh, your proof of fund. So for that reason, they will deny you. But when they deny you, you have opportunity to appeal. So you can either appeal, maybe go to the bank, tell the bank that they need to pick their call when these people call. So they always call, they always like can be doing putting money and remove it. No, it doesn't work like that. No, they are going to check, they are going to call. So Ibrahim, if you guys, we need, there are deep things about proof of fund that I don't want to talk about here for some reasons best known to me. So Rukaya, does Sweden allow common law partner as dependent? What do you mean common law partner? So who the person that who stands as your dependent is your spouse, your cohabiting partner. In Sweden, cohabiting partner is a big thing. They even have visa for themselves. Beating partner, those are your that's your dependent, then your children. Your other family members are not your dependent. So common law partner, what that means. Yeah, so common law partner. So if your spouse or your cohabiting, maybe you are boyfriend and girlfriend that have been living together for so long, you are two of you can apply together. So you just have to show them proof that either you are been together, you've bought properties together, you've snapped pictures or something like that. So Esther, I'm very grateful for this response. Thanks to you. Welcome, Esther. Welcome. Thank you for seeing. Odemi. Okay, Bidemi. Ah, my name is Bidemi too. Okay, Odemi. Now I get it. Um, Juliet, go to my last video. Check the description of the video. Then scroll down to the end. You're going to see the link. Nkechi says, as a student with resident permit, will I get child support when I give birth, or is just for citizens? So child support, when you when you have when you have social security number, you are entitled to get each child you have has amount of money they give to you. So yeah, you are going to get, every child you have, they'll have amount of money. I think it's 1,200 crowns for each child you have. I think it depends on their age too. Different age, different amount of money. Different age grade, different amount of money. So yes, but all this thing, that's why they say with that social security number, benefits that the citizens have, you too, you have it, you get. So yeah, you can get child support. Rukayat, cohabiting partner. Yes, so I was correct. So you can apply with your cohabiting partner. Yes. Um, that's that about that. Welcome, Inke baby. You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you have any other? We should not finish everything today. See if I still have questions in this place. But the problem now is if I answer the question, ask it is not here. Somebody asked me about bringing family. I think I've talked about bringing family. So yes, you can bring your family. Do they pay child support in Sweden? On what status? What do you mean by on what status? Kechi? Okay, Esther. Yeah, I told you, if you have social security number, there's an amount of money that they give every child here. So that's it. I think it's 1,200 or so as a student. As a student, yeah. As long as you have a child here, you're going to get that amount of money, and as long as you have social security number. So if you don't have social security number, you will not get it. You gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. Do they have? Okay, yeah. So that's it. So you see why they say that social security number is like passport. Is even greater than your passport self. But if you don't have money for 2 year course, don't say because of it. Don't. The person that helped us find apartment here, he came here as a with coordination. He was giving coordination number, and he was okay. He was doing okay. The only thing is that when he wants to pay rent, he needs somebody to help him to transfer the money to the landlord. That's just the only, when it comes to making transactions, when it comes to then some things that when you have social security number, we have this bank ID that we can use to transfer money securely. Sometimes we use it to sign, like when we used to have tax return. When we used to have tax return, you can just do it on your phone, but them that have coordination number, they have to go to the tax office to do it in a manual way. So but that does not mean you are not going to thrive here. You will thrive at the end of the day. Like I always tell you, let your goal in your journey to coming to Sweden, let your goal be that you are you want to come here to just help yourself, help your family, let your children have good life. You get, just enter here. So that's just your goal. Don't allow all this too much information to overwhelm you. Know, but it's good that you are having. You will tell us the okay, yes. In the other room, that room is very important. We're going to talk about proof of fund in that other room, but it's not anything big, but it's just some coded things you get. So we're going to go to the other room. So that's it. So so proof of social security number or not, please don't allow it to limit you. You get, don't allow it to limit you. Enter abroad. You get, come and suffer the suffer we are suffering. So guys, if you have more questions, let's have it. 90. So let me see if I have questions here. Kechi, yes, so and enjoy the enjoyment. So for the person that asked me about bringing family, I feel I don't know if this guy was on this live, but I know that he asked me on my channel about bringing family. So I think I've answered the question. I think I've answered, can my spouse work when he arrives Sweden? And also, can he apply for work permits? I think I've answered this one too. Can your spouse work when? Yeah, your spouse can work, but he cannot apply for work permits except if he applies, he's going to leave. He's willing to leave when immigration asks him to leave to wait for decision for his work permit. So that's that about. I know Nigerians, we have association over there because I know we know they carry last. Well, yes, they have association, but to be honest with you, most people, very few people that will help you. Very, very few people. So when you are coming here, just open your heart that just open your mind that people may help you, people may not help you. You get, at the end of, but I shall know that when I came here, a lot of people, that these white people, they are very nice. They are very, very nice people. Sometimes you don't have anything, just when you come, just go and look for one church and go to. Usually all these churches that Swedish people are, it's just that you cannot speak Swedish, but then just go, just tell me, yeah, we help you. They'll give you shoe, give you towel, give you winter. I don't know how they do their, because I've not gotten a church, so I don't know that process. But my friends that have children, yeah, they give their children money, 1,200 crowns or 1,250 or about. So yeah, but if you have to have the social security number, that special number, before you can have access to all the benefits that comes with living here in Sweden. You get, so Wow, it's okay. Sweden is nice. Oh. Let me even Sweden is nice. There's this my friend went to UK. They left here to the UK. Maybe their children has been asking them if they will come back there in UK. When you go to school, you they'll give you food for free. They'll give your children food. Or is it when you are working? When you are working like this, every Friday they will go and be do. You will see food that will full everywhere. If you are if you are not fat, bad weight, food is not a. If you do not see food in your house, if you go to school, you will see cookies. They'll put sweets. They'll put cookies. You can different places. So Sweden is really nice. That's why a lot of people, if you're looking for a family oriented country, the only thing that sometimes discourages me that language that makes you not to like sprout or the way you want to explore. It just limits them. People are learning the language as dream job. So and I'm happy the language is not difficult to learn. So but if you go to the school, Swedish for immigrants, you're going for the admission, but is the admission sure? See, when it comes to admission is what what you submitted, what you have. You understand? If you reach the requirements, admission is sure. But if you not reach the requirement, admission is not sure. What is not even sure self is resident permit because those people score it in their head, you get. So we only have to try, you get. So if you meet the requirement, do your application very, very well. There's a place in the section of that application. Um tell us why you want to. Is it tell us you're applying for your resident permit? This I think this is it tell us why you want to study this course or tell us why you are interested in studying this course in Sweden. It's that box. Make sure you sell yourself in that box. Like and when you are writing, tell them how you dreams and aspiration and that you already have plans to come back to your home setup because what your country is going through and you believe that by studying this course in this country you'll be able to get the knowledge to use to come back to your home country to develop. Sell yourself in that box. Don't if they wrote 5,000 words, don't leave one word for them there. You, um so Rukayat, can we also learn the language? Yeah, we for Swedish for immigrant, SFI, we call it SFE. Yes, you can register for it. It's free. You as an international student, which time do you want to use to go to your normal school, go and find work? It's difficult. It's not easy. So most people do when they finish their studies, they can now properly go to and go. But it's still not easy. Like me now, I was going to the evening classes. By the time you are done with your day's job, you're already tired. So it's not easy. But the Swedish for immigrants class is all you just need to do is if it's window of taking in students, you can go. It's very fun too. You see other immigrants there. Him, you're welcome. Thank you too. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Rukayat says, I know you're a Christian and you can mostly talk about the church part. Are there Muslim community? Of course, a Muslim community. Yes, there are Muslim community. Um, there's mosques. There's mosques. Yes, I've seen. Yeah, but very. What I need to tell you is not big on religion. They don't believe in. They're not religious people. Even the churches that are here, you can be in the one very big city. So they are not big. I'm a Christian. This our city is only one hall that we have. You understand? They are not big on religion. You get. But then again, there's definitely there's Muslim community. You may even go to your class. You see a Muslim. I don't know. Do they do the Ide Kabir and Ide Fitri all those things? They do it. Never know. It's not loud like all those Ide Kabir, Ide Fitri. They observe it, but it's not a big thing the way it is in Nigeria that when they're having this holiday though everywhere will go on public holiday. Here it's not like that at all. It's not like that. See, one thing with these people, John, they're not big on it. Like, I hope you understand. Just as churches are here, is the mosques are few. Yes, definitely Muslim community. I friend my friend Rami, she has a there's a place and the men pray. Yes, but it depends on the city. So when you arrive and you get to your city around you, yeah. So you understand. So how it, that's how it works here. So do we have more? Are you guys good? Okay, maybe we should end the live. There's no more question coming in. Thank you guys for coming. Esther, thank you so much for the time. Yeah, you're welcome. A week or once in two. Okay, I can do once in 2 weeks. 2 times a week, I mean to say. So just in case you maybe as the week is going, you are having more questions, you can drop. And one thing about this live, it just gives me opportunity to express myself. Somebody might be repetitive, but then again, we'll learn from it. Thank you, Rukaya. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining live. I'll see you guys again. So if I'm going to come live again, maybe sometime in the week, I'm going to Demi, please, sometimes you also need to vlog and see. Sure, you see, I that vlog you what happened. I started vlog when I opened this channel. I opened this channel to vlog my life. Just no, nobody was watching me. I was like, my life is boring. Who wants to watch my life? Let me even give information. Maybe I'm going to add vlogs outside. When I go to shop, I'm going to show you people the different places you can shop for cheap, the good ones. So maybe I'm going to add vlog and show us. Okay, then me, I'll try, but yes, I think I'm comfortable with this place. So but don't worry, is as time is going, we are going to be adding that as much value as possible, build a community, and then you guys will in my life, you understand. So we are going to blend everything together. But I've only done 2 vlogs before, so but I'm going to try. Esther say better try. I'll try. My life is boring. Try. Guys, I'm going to life during the week, but I'm going to inform you. Let's just have a chit chat, talk about anything about here or any other thing that I know, anything I can think about you guys. So thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in another of my videos. Bye bye.